μας. Είσαι η θλίψη και η χαρά μας. Χώμα ήρων εσύ το ξασμένο, με αίμα και με δάκρυα φωτισμένο. Η πρόσθεση της καρδιάς μας, είσαι η θλίψη και η χαρά μας. Χώμα ήρων εσύ το ξασμένο, με αίμα και με δάκρυα φωτισμένο. Μήνες συνέχεια γυρίζουν στο μυαλό μας να βασανίζουν σε ένα βιβλίο με μαύρη σελίδα. Εχμαλώτησε κάθε μας σελίδα. Η πρόθεση της καρδιάς μας, είσαι η θλίψη και η χαρά μας. Χώμα ήρων εσύ το ξασμένο, με αίμα και με δάκρυα φωτισμένο. Όσες ψυχές έχουν ραγίσει μια φυλακή τα όνειρά σου. Θέλουν μόνο τη ελευθερία σου. Η πρόθεση της καρδιάς μας, είσαι η θλίψη και η χαρά μας. Χώμα ήρων εσύ το ξασμένο, με αίμα και με δάκρυα φωτισμένο. Με αίμα και με δάκρυα φωτισμένο.
Hope always existed in Cyprus, even during the tragic years of conflict. The people of Cyprus lived together in peace and harmony until the early 1950s. The villages were mixed. Everyone was just carrying on with their daily lives with no intercommunal conflicts until the uprising against the British rule. AOKA started the guerrilla war against the British rule which was formed by the Greek Cypriots, and their aim was to join Cyprus with Greece, which naturally excluded Turkish Cypriots. Every time British soldiers were going to the villages to look for AOKA fighters, Greek Cypriot kids, young schoolboys and girls would protest against them, holding Greek flags up. The British soldiers, in turn, were pointing their guns to the protesters, forcing them to put the Greek flags on the floor and face the walls with their hands up. The British were very clever, however. They formed a police force against AOKA, and they recruited Turkish Cypriots. Now it wasn't the British soldiers trying to stop the AOKA fighters, but the auxiliary police, which was purposely formed only recruiting Turkish Cypriot men. Gradually, the Turkish Cypriots and the Greek Cypriots started fighting each other. The famous British divide and rule was in place, and the British were very happy about it. Then, in 1960, came the independence. The Republic of Cyprus was founded. But the leaderships of both communities who signed the agreement had other agendas at the back of their minds. They never saw the Republic as a common government. The people of Cyprus continued to live together, work together, although the Greek Cypriot organization AOKA and the Turkish Cypriot organization TMT, which were both founded in the 1950s, continued terrorizing the communities throughout. They were not successful in breaking the good relations that existed among all the people of Cyprus. However, the enemies of Cyprus never gave up. They organized a coup against the Republic of Cyprus with the help of the Greek junta on the 15th of July 1974, trying to overthrow President Makarios. This gave an opportunity to Turkey to intervene as a guarantor power, and Cyprus was divided into two parts in 1974. People just fled their homes, leaving everything behind, with the hope that they would return soon. They got lost in different directions. Their dreams were shattered. Most people took their memories to the grave. And in 2003, the politicians suddenly decided to open the checkpoints and allow people to cross over to the other side. Everyone from both sides ran to cross over to go and see their homes and their villages. This is where our story begins today. People who used to live in the same village, Turkish and Greek Cypriot fellow villagers, will get together after years of separation.
Vasilis camu cemazuranamu esuna mejorisi sapodimanamu Cesuna mejorisi sapodimanamu Sensin benim canım tatlı sevgilim Sensin benim canım tatlı sevgilim Sen gönlümde açan feslikan çiçeğim. Sen gönlümde açan feslikan çiçeğim. Kız seni görünce oynar yüreğim. Kız seni görünce oynar yüreğim. Canımsın feslikanımsın ben ayrılamam.
Dede, duydun ne oldu dede? Have you just happened dede?
Mandan baba hez yok kamuca uğraşsam don bello. Ne oldun da boş durun euro. What's going on?
Açtılar kapıları da açtılar. They've opened all the checkpoints.
They opened the checkpoints. Açtılar kapıları. You must be joking. Ma ne kapısı be dedem? Ma beri bezzunmaz halobos. Galiba zevke sararlar bizi da sen de geldin de bizi sarar.
Yok be dede, barikatları dedim sana, barikatları. They've opened all the barricades. My friends were talking about it.
Allah Allah. Ostus efendigen canlik sandes portes. Navreksi vizza gorutsus pastinca halim magmia fora. It's been 30 years since the island has been divided. So, are you sure what you're telling me is true? Başımıza karadaş yağacak, karadaş.
Evet dede, evet. Açtılar bütün barikatları. Rumlardamış geliyor evlerini geri alsınlar. It was all on the news. The Greeks are coming back to get their houses.
The Greeks are coming back to get their houses. Ne be yoksa tekerlek takacaklar da cillesinler da gitsinler. Hundro hustakliz bana da spikya cennet da cillisun cena basit. Ma gel bir öteden bura bakayım. If these people are coming to this village after so many years, this is unbelievable. I'm telling you. Very hard to believe. But it's going to be very interesting, I'm telling you.
Bizimkiler de hepsi hurriyetle gitsinler o tarafa. I don't understand what this merak is to see the other side anyway.
So, everyone is running to the checkpoints. Normaldir be dedem. Herkes ister gitsin görsün evini, yerini, barkını. Hayatta kaldıysa bir cezda eski arkadaşını. Galoeteli gahanaz napay. Naydon dobondu, do spidindu. Canem inince gahanan balyo filonisti zoin naycanun balyondo filondu. Ma, let me tell you something dedem. Listen. Before the war, a lot of Greek Cypriots used to live on this side of the Green Line, and a lot of Turkish Cypriots used to live on the other side of the Green Line. That's why everyone is running to the checkpoints to go and see the other side. Anladın?
Nasıl yani? Rumlar eskiden bu köyde kalırdı.
Evet.
What, the Greeks used to live in this village?
Of course.
Come on, dede, but... Dede, look. Come see. They're already in the village, dede, look.
They're already here. Ma ihtasına lirken. Ha öyle vallahi başladılar gelmeye doğrudur ha. Dedem bak. Let me explain dedem. This village of ours was a mixed village. Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots, we all used to live together. There was no separation between us. But gradually, what they did, one day they decided to separate us all together. Egaman mazmav racaerima. Onları hargas ettiler o tarafa, bizi de kestiler bu tarafa be dedim.
Anlarım dedi, anladım ama look, they're coming in big numbers. What are we gonna do about it?
Let them come dedim, let them come. Aistuz, nartun, bırak kendileri gelsinler. They are coming to see their own houses, the places they grew up. And let me tell you something. I expect to see a lot of old friends today from this village. It's going to be very interesting.
I'm sorry dede, ben istemem gavurları evimde anladın? I don't like them and I don't want them in my house.
Ve dedim, gavur değiller dedim. Gavur değiller, köylülerimizdirler. They are our fellow villagers. So don't get angry, you will learn a lot of things. This village belongs to all of us. Dundo horgon, ence cinus, ence mas. Bu köy hepsimizindir dedem. Ha. Bak da Süleyman dayındır galiba. Lala Süleymani. Manlam.
Hoş geldin Süleyman Bey, hoş geldin. Buyur gel otur.
Nasılsın oğlum? Hemşire.
Ne oturuyorum daha buruşta? Kalk kaçalım ya o köyden dışarı. Gidelim ovaları. Maka hesacağım he. Hanı bana fiume. Napabilis ton gambon. Hadi namen.
Bunna bazresuni. Na fiz na paisis ton gambon. Mai hasa stabada rasule Süleyman'ı alıp sesuni. Ve Süleyman. Bu havada kaçacaksın gidesin ovaya. You must have lost the plot, Süleyman, today. In this bloody weather, you're gonna go outside in the fields. Görmen be her taraf çamurdur.
Yürü kaçalım beyler. Duyman urumlar geliyorlar evlerine bey.
Bu da urumları.
Eva olsa çekiliyorsa, ciş ton gambon bağ. Bana bunda çuvlici. Kapattım, kilitledim kapıları, kaçacağım gideyim ovaya. Hiçbirini istemem göreyim. Esseron avganera.
Ve Süleyman'ı. Eğla kaçacağımı, oturun açığa. Enne nirom bon Artun. Urumlar değil be o şu gelecek. Eni horganimaz. Köylülerimiz gelecek.
Ha.
Ha kurayından bu mulali. Va o sen cekli o sen de sportes çeda bana hirga. Neymişim onun Artun iromci. Ceterinayı ganena. Para diyorlar nusu belli ikinci gagun. Be nerede kaldı be senin insanlığın, misafirperverliğin ha? Gelecek insanlar evlerini görsünler. Da bir kahve yapmayasın, bir lokum vermeyesin diye kaçadan gidesin ovaya.
Ben anlamam yani. Sen gel göresin kendini. Belki sen düşeceğin kaç kilomar atacağız. O fevku. Hadi. Çalgenlere bir de kaç kiloma havası istersen. Ben kaçıyorum. Hadi.
Çalacağım be tabi çalacağım. O bu stanatli makenis bir yende. Da olen Artuni horgani mu istera bu trianda saranda hronjas to horgon. Cenna fiona boston gambon cenna men gat mena uzdo. Hep gehenda spikya du Panayis. Egat semme sayviranda haziriga. Torano mizien narti o Panayis. Cenno don evdali bu mesta spikya. Ah, ce bu encino soceros.
Ma nedir be de damat söylediğin 2 saattir? Anlamam ya seni. I don't speak Greek. I don't understand what you're saying.
Tamam be dedim. Süleyman dayıyla konuşurken dilimiz Urumca'ya döner. Ne yapayım yani? Şimdi bak. This Süleyman dayı. Görmen kendini. He is leaving the village. Why? Because people are coming to the village and he doesn't want to see anybody. Now, he found newly built Panayis house in 1974. He is living in it. Now, he thinks Panayis is going to come and chuck him out of the house. Ha! Nerede o günler be dedem? Bu encinos oceros.
Dede. The Greeks are not going to chuck us out of our house, are they?
Ma be dedem ama bizim evimiz ganimet değil ya. This house belongs to us. And let me tell you something. No one is chucking no one out of their house, okay? Süleyman dayın is just paranoid.
Vallahi dede kusura bakma. Hiç hoşuma gitmez bu olanlara ben sana söyleyeyim. I'm not happy what's going on. I'll tell you that.
Ne
Aa,
yapayım
bak.
bu gençleri?
Ha bak bir tane koca karına bir ihtiyar bu tarafa doğru geliyor.
Kim?
There's an old couple coming this way. They're looking for someone.
Çekil bakayım. Ne? Horganimas dedi. Ya falan horganimas. Hepsi bu gidazun. Öyle o şu bakallar. Bizim köylüdürler de geldiler. Dur bakalım kimler gelecek bu köye merak ederim ben de.
Hasan! Ne Hasan isesso?
Ya öyle bu sesi tanırım ha. I know this voice. La demesa gelin içeri gelin. İmesso evdeyim gelin. Gelin. Dur ana oğlum. Dur bakalım.
Hasan?
Ma. Ben laptop. Bir tayta. Ma. Aman ulan. Bakalım benim desin.
Nereye Hasan? Hasan sesi.
Kadinu. Mai sesu kadinu. Onunla ben de istem. Hoş geldin Galatasaray.
Iba Süleyman soksero bunto spiritu.
Dudos.
O Hasan.
Kadinu.
Ne?
Don't istem. I can't believe this.
It's me, yes, it's me.
Ela mesai. Maintan bobas. What happened to you? Why you are
Να το πρώτο κάνε τσαλάς.
Ragazzi.
Περίμενε.
Gadinu.
Μα αν ακούσες ρε Χασάνη, να που πάω εγώ.
I can't believe I see you. I'm so happy to see you, but very sad to see you like this. Είναι μοβαίες.
Εν ακούσες ρε, τώρα που έγινα έτσι. Δεν μπορώ να περπατήσω πιο. Δεν μπορώ, κάτσε ρε Βάσο και σου, κάτσε.
Ama dede, kimdir abi bu insanlar? Who are these people?
Dedem, Gadinu nene köylümüzdür. Köydeyken hiç ayrılmazdı kendiyle. Seneler var görmedim dedim. Vallahi çok sevindim gördüğüme. Ama bu yanındaki adam bizim köylü değil galiba. Çünkü tanımadım onu. Dur sorayım gene bakayım. Acaba bir kocasıdır. Gadinu. O giriyor spongondan sonra ne korganos mazen donavroni. I don't know him. He's not from our village. Is he your husband?
No, it's not my husband, Hasan. No, it's not my husband. My husband died a long time ago.
Oh,
This
sorry.
is Vaso. Vaso, this is Hasan. Vaso is a very good friend. Πολλά καλός φίλος.
Vaso, hoş geldin. Καλώς όρισες.
Πώς και τι, nice to meet you.
Nice.
Χάρηκα πολλά.
Geo, πέντα.
Η Κατινού μιλά τακτικά για σένα. She's always talking about you.
Ευχαριστώ Βάσο. Κάτσε και σούνι.
Thank you. Merci.
Έτσι εγώ την Κατινούν, έτσι ξιάσανιν. I never forget Κατινού. She's always on my mind, but when I see her suddenly, it's a shock for me. Dedem, bu amcam da Vaso'dur, bizim köylü değil. Vaso, Gadinu'nun çok iyi arkadaşıdır. Very good friend of Gadinu. Dudos is my grandson Barış. Sorry not to mention his name. His name is Barış, he's my grandson.
Harish.
Thank you, Barış.
Harish.
Hoş geldiniz, hoş geldiniz.
Hoş geldin.
Oh, welcome, welcome.
Nice to meet you, ρε Παρίσι. Nice to meet you, γε μου. Μα ρε Χασάν, εύκαλες και σου Παρίσι. Και εγώ εύκαλα Ειρήνη. Η αγώνισσα μου είναι Ειρήνη.
I can't believe this, δεν το πιστεύω. Έβγαλα εγώ η Παρίσι και σου έβγαλες Ειρήνη. Θεέ μου, δεν το πιστεύω το πράγμα. Παρίσι και Ειρήνη. Βάσο μου,
Ορίστε.
εσύ ποτέ είσαι.
Είναι που ένα κουρκόν πάνω στο μεταάσκελο. You know the...
Which village?
Το σιχαρί φίλε μου. Είναι χαμίγματες πάνω...
I know Σιχαρί Βασίλη, ξέρω το Σιχαρί, ένα λεπτό.
Μπράβο.
Dedem nedir o bayrağın altında bir köy var beş parmak dağlarında, nedir adı?
Şey söyleyin, Taşkent'i.
Ha, Taşkent.
Ha, Taşkent.
Dolalusi Taşkent τώρα.
Taşkent, ha,
Eikoli
Taşkent.
Taşkent τώρα,
Ha.
Σιχαρί. Next to Digomο, ναι.
Έξω δίκομο, ναι.
Ξέρεις, γεννήσκουν οι τοχνίδες στο Όρκος.
Α,
Τόχνιδοι εργαδρυσιν της
Τοχνίτες, ναι.
Τοχνίδες, ναι.
I didn't know that, ναι. So, yeah, πεθύμισα και εγώ το ορκό μου. Θέλω να πάω το δω. I want to go to see my village as well, you know. I mean, I haven't been for 30 years, you know, but, you know, every time when I talk about my village, I get so emotional, you know what I mean? And I want to see it, yeah.
Να πάεις, Βάσο. Now that the checkpoint is open, today you came here with Gadinu, next week go and see your village, no?
ναι.
Ώστε είσαι και σου πρόσφυγας.
Είμαι πρόσφυγας, ναι, είχαμε και εμείς, ξέρεις, when we traveled to Nicosia from Σιχαρί με το λεωφορείο, with the bus, you know, we were taking Turkish people from Hamid Mandres, yes, and we were traveling together, yes, to go to Nicosia, yeah. I have plenty of Turkish friends, yeah, but, you know, every time, yeah.
Να πάεις να είσαι και το χορκό σου και εσύ. Gidesin göresin köyünü. After 1974, after the war, even before that, we didn't hear anything about each other.
Yeah.
How could we? Because they built walls between us.
Yeah.
How would I know that Gadinu became like this? Extra, Gioni Odieba has said, Sihalia Gadinu. What can I do?
Δεν τα μπορούμε να πούμε, δεν τα μπορούμε να πούμε, είναι μη χειρότερα να λέμε.
Μα είναι τα λόγια και έτσι, tell me how this happened, how did you become like this?
Όταν γίνηκε ο πόλεμος, you know, I ran and everybody was scared and I ran away and then I climbed the wall and I fell down. Εντάξει. And then now
Görün be dede.
I have my back and I have my legs.
Görün be dede. Savaşta tüfek seslerini duyunca Gadinu nene koşturdu, panik içinde atlasın duvardan düştü, sakatladı belini. O zamandan beri yürüyemez. Ma, why did you jump off the wall? Ya diyecek pis et onu.
I didn't jump off the wall. I was running. We heard the tüfekçiler, you know, we heard the gunshots and everybody was shouting, the Turks are coming, run! Get out of the village, and we ran and I went shortcut. I climbed the wall and I fell down. And this is what happened. Now I can't walk properly and I'm...
Tüfek seslerini duyunca dedem koşturdu arka havludan atlasın duvardan. O panik içinde tabii atlayınca düştü, belini çarptı ve o zamandan beri böyle kaldı. Mayari eppeses budon diyon cemines cahabe.
No, ere Hasan, ere miracabe. İttani horkaniye Burisanulli arpaksa me boyunca şerin. Et siyobozoboş, you know, they grabbed me, hands and feet, and they chucked me in the car, and they took me to the hospital, but they didn't know how to treat me. You know, they didn't handle me right, and now this is what's happened to me. Anyway.
Μα είναι η πρώτη φορά που ακούω και όλη την ιστορία. It's the first time I hear the story. Δηλαδή, ποια σειρά, πόη σέρνετε σύρες μέσα στο αυτοκίνητο, δηλαδή, they grab you, actually like that, and they throw you in the car. Δεν καταλάβω.
Δεν μπορούσα να κάνω ρεβάσο. What did you want them to do? It was a war, you know? And they tried to help. Everybody was running to save their lives. They did their best, but, you know, the damage was done.
Yani o zamandan beri Gadinu ayakların basmaz. O zamandan beri böylesin. Kaç sene oldu? Yani you've been like this since then.
Yeah, I've been
Very
like
difficult.
this. That's
Emarazzo sabolla Gadinu bu şey.
It's okay, mi shirotera na, you know, mi shirotera. There's other people, they suffered more and they had more happen to them. Don't worry, Hasan, it's okay.
Very sad, very sad.
Hey! Έλα κάτω να μην σε importa, ρε!
Ποιος είναι τούτος?
Κάμελο πέντε εδώ! Ποιος είσαι, ρε?
There's a crazy Greek man outside shouting.
Εναντρίκος ρέβας, πήγαινε έξω πέτου τώρα να με φοράς. Πήγαινε πέτου να με φοράς. Φέρ' το μέσα, σε παρακαλώ.
Και λέει έμεινε και ορσούν τα κομμάζα. Ήρθαν να είδω το σπίτι του, μα ποιος είναι που είπες?
Ένα Αντρίκος, ρε, Αντρίκος.
Κι όλε που Αντρίκο, κάλυπα δάσκαλον ούνο ουλού Αντρίκο.
Ναι.
Μεν μου πεις τούτος ο Αντρίκος, he is the son of δάσκαλο, the teacher.
Exactly, exactly. This is Andriko, the son of Daskalo, the teacher. Μα είναι τέτοια τόπουζος.
Topuzu ister. Getireyim topuzla 5 milyon hallederim. Let me bring the topuz out for you man. Don't worry.
Be dedem dur yahu, topuz mopuz söylemedi ya. Topuz o başka, topuz başka.
Ρέβασο, φέρ' τον μέσα.
Calm down, calm down.
Ne geldi köyün içine deli gibi bağırıp? Kavgaşkanlar geldi. Is he eating kuş trouble or something?
No, ρε, παρεξήγηση, no.
Bu Andriko da bizim köylüdür be. Dedem.
Σιγά, δεν κάνεις φασαρία.
İremiste, ησυχία. Σιγά σιγά. Μεν παωρίζετε. Και να τα κανονίσουμε.
Άντε ρε, Αντρίκο, what is the matter? Why are you outside shouting in the streets, ρε, Αντρίκο?
Το σπίτι μου, ήταν το σπίτι μου.
Geldin göresin evini de koymazlar seni içeri değil. You came to see your house and they are not letting you in.
Μα Κατινού, μα εσύ είσαι νερά.
Εγώ είμαι καλό.
Ήταν το σπίτι μου, I came to see my house and they looked through the window and they don't let me in.
Εντάξει, Andriko, calm down. Έλα κάτσε, και είσαι καλοδεχόμενος δάμε. You are welcome here. Just calm down.
Κάτσε ρε, ηρέμησε.
Aferin dedi, aferin. Hepsini davet et. Why don't you call all the Greeks to come and live with us?
Dede, öyle saygısız konuşma bize birilerine. Don't be rude against our guests. Just calm down. Please, please. Andriko, πώς πάει ο κύριος σου? How is your dad? Your dad, Daskalo, is a very good... We used to be very friendly when he was here. How is he doing, Angala?
He's fine, thank you. Who are you?
Ρε, τούτος είναι ο Χασάν, ρε. Είναι ο Χασάν, is a villager. Ο οργανός μας, ρε, με φωνάζει.
Χασάν?
Ο οργανός μας, περίμενα να σου πω. Εδέχτηκε μας. And he was friends with your dad. Άντε.
Ναι,
Χασάν,
ναι.
μα Τούρκος.
Ο κανός μας! Can that be possible? Ο Μαβίδη!
Ησύχασε, ρε! Τούρκος και Χορκανός, αδρέ. Είναι η πρώτη φορά που ακούεις Τούρκοι και Έλληνες να μιλήσουν στο ίδιο χορκό. It's the first time you hear that. Turks and Greeks to live in the same village. Όχι, συμβαίνει.
Andriko, of course, we are from the same village. Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots, we used to live in this village. And your father was always together with me. We had a lot of common things with your father. Afidis eonik seros ebu mitsin. Ben senin küçüklüğünü bilirim madem nasıl?
Ναι. Ο δάσκαλος όμως, Χασάν, ο δάσκαλος, ό,τι και να έπαθε δεν είπε τίποτε του γιού του. Κατάλαβες, δεν του εξήγησε. Εξέχασε τα παγιά. Καταλάβανε τα μάλλον είσαι ρε και ανοίξαν την πόρτα. Κάτσε ρε, κάτσε και σου.
Σπίτι μου!
Μα εκείνοι που μυρίζουν μέσα στα σπίτια τους Κατινού, εν και μπαρκάτου, το καπάτσι είναι εκείνησαν και βρεν την μαΐ, και βρεν το λαβέσιν. Κατάλαβες, τσατίσασιν. Άις τους να φακούν. The people who live in their house are not any different. They matched if you ask me. The birds of a feather flock together.
Bravo.
Tencere cirlendi, kapağını buldu. Gaz τον ένα, φάκα τον άλλο. Al birini, çal o birini.
Άκουα σου πω ρε Αντρίκο, άκουα σου πω κάτσε και ηρέμησε, γιατί these people are not your enemies.
Περίμενε. Δεν κατάλαβα, Mr. Hassan. The birds of a feather, ήβρεν το μασταπάν και κύλισεν το μπράμαν. I don't understand, Mr. Hassan.
Ναι ρε, κύλισεν το στούπομα και ήβρεν την Παναγίση.
Τελείω πρόβλημα.
Μα ne istem başka söyleyeyim sana, ne istem söyleyeyim sana. Mentalities like yours exist on both sides. Yeah? Here you are, and here the people who didn't let you in. You have the same mentality, the same kelle. Okay? So, if you don't kolyandris your kelle, nothing is gonna happen. Al birini, vur o birini. Al birini, gaz τον ένα, φάκα τον άλλο.
Πρέπει να βάλουμε νου στις κελέδες μας. Έλα κάτσε λαλός, κάτσε και ηρέμησε.
Κάτσε ρε.
Κάτσε και ηρέμησε, and we are going to sort everything out. Look, I'm going to open Zivania now, and we're going to pour Zivania, and we're going to drink the Zivania and have a chat, and the problems, we can sort them out.
Με ζιβανία θέλω, με καφέ θέλω. Εγώ έφυγα. Έπιατε τα σπίτια μας. Και μας αφήνετε ούτε να μπούμε μέσα to have a look. You took our houses and you don't even let us in to have a look inside.
Κάτσε λαλό σου, κάτσε. It's not him who took your house. Είναι τούτους που έπιαν το σπίτι σου, κάτσε.
Άντε Κατινού, με μου λαλείς λόγια και παραμύθια, εντάξει. I've had enough. I'm not going to listen to anymore. I'm going to go, and I'm not coming back.
Εντάξει.
I won't stand for it, and I can't stand it.
Μάιστο ρε κάτι, μάιστο να βάζει το ανάθεμα.
I'm not even holding him, you know. Ακούω σου πω ρε Χασάν, ακούω σου πω, νομίζει πως είναι να το ψαγέψετε, you know. He thinks you're gonna put poison in his coffee.
Να μας γέρει κιόλας τούτος. Εγώ τσέκτα πεις. Και evimizde. Ne dedin? Kahvesine zehir koyacağım. Öyle. Bunun beynini zehirlediler. Beynini de farkında değil. Donga gorizgone psacep sandu domnyalondu. Ude habari ne neşi. Enna duvalo psacim mesto ocino du cembinne ha. Ça öyle. Gadinu vaso. You see what situations we come in after these bloody things in Cyprus. I'm very upset now. Να πεις καμιά ζυμανία, ne biname ne uđas.
Ζυμανία. Να είναι και λέμε εγώ με το ζυμανία και ποιος είναι κουβαντώνεις και λίγα την όχι, no ζυμανία. If I have a ζυμανία, my head is gonna go around, and then who is gonna look after Κατινού.
Είναι ρε ζυμανία κάμνη δικαιολέν κολόγα.
Κάμνη, τη δική μου κάμνη.
Anyway, αν πεις καμιά ζυμανία, anladığım kadarıyla yolu bulamayacaksın sen içersen bir zivaniye. Biz kamya zivaniye ne cennet vristi strada. But let me tell you something. You can stay here tonight.
Όχι φίλε μου, όχι. Τα είναι αργά, ενύχτωσε. Dark outside. Όχι. Σιάστο, άλλη φορά. Μια άλλη φορά, next time.
Anyway, you came here. We couldn't offer you Nothing. Nakdiumen gamyan lemonadi gamyan kaynan kafena telede. Bicez kahvecik, bicez limonata yapalım.
Otur dede sen, otur da ben yaparım. Kahvesini yaparım, limonatası
Yapan
yaparım.
dedem.
Yaparım, nesne yaparım. Coffee, lemonade, what would you like?
Bir kahve, şeker yoktu.
Bravo.
Παρακαλώ.
Yaşare vaso vallahi. Kadinu o kafe su sketto sen de.
Θυμήθηκεν.
Yap be dedem sketto kahveleri de içelim. Vaso mu?
Ορίστε.
Να αλλάξουμε την κουβέντα, değiştirelim konuyu biraz daha. Canım sıkıldı çok.
Check subject.
Tell me about your village, about Sikhari.
Village.
Remember the old days?
I remember the old days, of course I do, yes. Every time I want to go and see my village, I want to go and see my home, my garden, I want to go and see my old school, the πλατεία που παίζαμε, τη φουντάνα που πίναμε νερό. And every time when I talk about my village and about my garden, I remember the şilui, my dog, my dog Azur.
Ma savaştan evvel köyde bir de köpeciğin vardı. Bundan bundan donamandı.
Azur. Ne kadar?
Güzel ismi vardı bu köpeciğin. Savaş çıktıktan sonra bıraktın köpeciği de kaçtın. İstirabodun böyle efekes to şiloncefies.
Κοίταξε να είσαι με άλλη ιστορία. It's a big story. Ας σου τα πω next time, μια άλλη φορά, να σου πω ιστορία. Εσένα είπα σου, εντάξει.
Εγώ ξέρω.
Next time.
Ευχαριστούμε.
Şeker yoktu, şeker yoktu. Yoktu.
Merci, çok merci. Merci beaucoup.
Ceviz macunu da koydum, yesinler ha.
Hadi buyurunuz.
Άντε ρε.
Έλα. Μα Παρίς.
Αγία μου μάνα.
Ευχαριστούμε ρε Παρίς. Thank you Παρίς. Εις
Είναι
καρύδια.
καρύδια, ρε, καρύδια. Είναι γλυκό.
Walnuts.
Γλυκό του καρύδιου.
Ceviz macunu olmasın olur.
Ρε Παρίς. Thank you Παρίς.
Άντε.
Afiyet olsun, afiyet olsun.
Cheers.
Dedeciğim çok güzel yaptın kahveleri, çok güzel görünürler. Hadi. After so many years, let's drink the sketto coffee and eat the sweet walnuts on top. Belki Malatya'nın pigramaz. Belki yumuşar bu acımız, içelim sketto kahveleri, üstünden de yiyelim tatlı ceviz macunu. Hadi. Eyvah.
Hadi eyvah.
Eyvah. Μπράβο Χασάν.
Άντε.
Μπράβο.
Hoş bulduk. Hoş bulduk.
Ναι, hoş bulduk.
Hoş bulduk.
Μπράβο. Μπράβο. Είναι ωραία που τα
Görün
είπες.
be dedem ya şu güzel kahvecik yaptın beğendiler.
İddia açıldı.
Yok. İlk defa içmezler.
Nerede bilir bunlar Türk kahvesini?
Dedem kahve kahvedir. Sketto sketto. Şekerli dediyse şeker yoktur. Metrio orta. Kahve kahvedir. Kıbrıs kahvesidir. Bu nereye gidersen aynıdır. Ya ceviz macunu onlarda da var bizde de var. Aynı şey. Kültür aynı, gelenekler aynı dedem. Onun için hadi. Eyvah. Hoş geldiniz.
Hoş bulduk.
Έρχει ο Θεός να βγει ο ήλιος και να φέξει πάνω μας, μην αφέντη μου Θεός, και να έχουμε καλές ημέρες εμείς και ο κόσμος μας και τα παιδιά μας και όλος ο κόσμος.
Amin.
Amin.
Anladır ama anlamamayacak. Böyle de gel çıkalım dışarı Allah'ın aşkına görelim abi köye kimler geldi. Yaptı. Hava sıcaktı.
Tamam dedeciğim çıkalım. Agude, nasıl bu enan τελευταίον πράγμα και να πάμε έξω πονή αυλή και να δούμε τι ενούστε.
Να πάμε.
Let's go outside and see who came to the village today. And we need to tell them that this island belongs to all of us. Είμαστε όλοι Κυπραίοι. Turkish Cypriot, Greek Cypriot, Muslim, Christian, black, white, Irish, English. What difference does it make? We are all Cypriots. Καλώς ορίσετε και πάντα να έρχεστε. Hadi, ελάτε να πάμε στην αυλή, να έχουμε και έκταση.
Πάμε ρε.
Tabii gel getirelim kahvelerinizi.
Ali.
Al bring it al.
Merci çok. Merci çok. Hadi.
κοντά σου σαν να σε δω το πόρτο που το στέλνω να αρέσεις θα σκιάζει με και καιρό στα αγκαλιά μου να πέσεις στα αγκαλιά μου να πέσεις και κούτσες στην καρτούλα μου κι όλα τα σωτηρά μου έλα κι εγώ σου πιο φιλιά να κάνεις την καρδιά μου να κάνεις την καρδιά μου σου c'era che si discemo per chi vogliani sto gaimon Brusemu angelemu Brusemu angelemu να κάνεις την καρδιά μου να σβήσεις την φωτιά μου να σβήσεις την φωτιά μου
Kıbrıs'ın şereflidir Lefkoşa'nın gençleri Çelerek gönülleri Çeliklendir elleri Ah Kıbrıs'ım Kıbrıs'ım Lefkoşa'nın gençleri Çelerek gönülleri Çeliklendir elleri Ah Kıbrıs'ım Kıbrıs'ım Kıbrıs'ın her fazlası sanki altın parçası Kıbrıs'ın her Eser kazası sanki altın parçası Mausa hisarları yeşiline dağları Bakın güzel dağları ah ne hoştur Kıbrıs'ın Mausa hisarları bakın yeşil dağları Bakın güzel bağları ah ne hoştur Kıbrıs'ın Kıbrıs'ı ben bırakamam, gurbette yaşayamam Kıbrıs'ı ben bırakamam, gurbette yaşayamam İskele sahiline, Meymos'un içkisine Kızların sevgisine, vurdurum ben Kıbrıs'ım İskele sahiline, Meymos'un içkisine Kızların sevgisine, vurdurum ben Kıbrıs'ım Epey zaman oldu açıldı kapılar. It's been a while that the doors, the checkpoints have opened. Nothing, no progress has been made around the Cyprus problem, but we keep getting together with Gadinu, Vaso and their families. They come here, we go to the south to their places. Panda sinan gyumastı. Cennartunce simmera, cennaferunce din irini. They are coming today as well, and they are bringing Irini too. It's going to be interesting.
Hasan!
Ha!
Hasan erandik sesesi o.
Edus kurtasın, ha geldiler.
Geldiler de geldiler.
Geldiler. Kunda Gadinu, kunda cenannikliği orta. Kalk bu kapıyı da açıktır, gel. Gel bakayım. Hoş geldiniz. Galosorise'de Gadinu Mugos Pais.
Kala.
Vaso, hoş geldin.
Hello.
Nasılsın?
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Şey tamam.
Her şey bomba.
Bravo.
Otur bakayım.
Hasan,
Ha?
Ella, Nadia Irini, she has returned back to Cyprus from her studies in America.
Hoş geldin kızım. Galosorise'sini. İyaya suibe mu bolla yallonsu. Your grandmother told me a lot about you. Yeah, nice to see you. And this is my grandson Barış.
It's nice to meet you, Uncle Hasan and Barış. Yaya Gadinu told me all about you. I'm so happy to finally meet everyone.
Oh, it's a pleasure meeting you too, Irini. Your grandma told us so much about you. Yes. Finally meeting you.
Gadinu, when you were not here, you know, we've been meeting how many years now? So many years. I've been talking to my grandson Barış. I explained everything, and he started understanding what the Cyprus problem is and how we used to live together. But look at this. Irini and Barış. In the Orea Onomada.
Oh, yes. Orea Onomada.
What wonderful names. Barış hem Irini. Ne kadar güzel isimler. Your yaya, we were very, very close friends with your yaya when she was in the village here. I must tell you that she was the most beautiful woman in the village. I am telling the truth. Et siomor fiyene gasandi yaya sudin gadinun enişen allimesi horgon. We were very, very close. Hello? All the village, Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots, we used to live all together. There was no separation between us. There was love and respect. Είμαστε όλοι αγαπημένοι και σαϊδίζαμε έναν στον άλλον.
Μα γιαγιά, θόρε, ο θείος ο Χασάνης μιλά πολλά καλά ελληνικά. Uncle Hasan, you speak Greek fluently. Ma, how come you don't speak any Turkish? I mean, you all used to live all together.
I knew Gorinu. I used to speak Turkish, but now after all these years, I forgot it. Narumsa.
Your yaya used to speak Turkish fluently. Farsi konuşurdu Türkçeyi. If she stays here in the village a little more, she will start talking back in Turkish. Ammini sallona congeron mesto orgon gadinu ενάρχινησες να τα μιλάς πάλι, κοινό μου σου λαλώ.
Καταλαβαίνω τα πιο paljon που λαλείς, καταλαβαίνω τα άλλα. I understand most of it, but anyway, anlarımsa.
Abi dedi, bak hem sen hem köydeki çoğu yaşlılar hepiniz ne güzel Rumca konuşursunuz. Biz gençlere hiç öğretmediniz. Elini kalın. Most of the older generation in the village, they could all speak Greek fluently, but no one ever bothered to teach us youngsters. But I guess, who are you going to talk to, or where are you going to use it? That's the problem.
Χωρίσαν μαζί μου. Sorry, I know. They separated us, Parish. They separated us. Otherwise, you would have spoken each other's languages. Yeah.
Γιαγιά, μπορείτε να μας πείτε τι ήταν τα καλά και τα κακά που ζήσατε στο χωρκόν τούτον? Now that we're all together, I'd love to hear some stories, you know, about the village back in the old days.
Abi dedi, hep anladığın bize yok, beraber yaşardık, işlerik ederdik. Ne anlatmam bize? Merak ederik. We'd like to know how you guys used to get on back in the day.
Nereden başlayalım be dedem? Dedem, bizim hayatımız roman olur ama yazacak biri bulunmaz. Our life is a novel. But who's going to write about it, I don't know. There is no one to write about it.
Dede.
O tennaksi ginusu men gadinu.
Sen anlat dedi, sen anlat. Ne bileyim, belki bir gün yazan çıkar. Maybe one day someone will write about it. You never know.
Ne bileyim be dedem.
Σωστά που λέει ο Παρίς. Maybe somebody will come and they will write about it. Hadi, let's tell them the story.
Okay, you give me the start gadinu.
Ναι.
Αρκεί να σου.
Okay. Before the problem days, you know, before the problem days, πριν να κινήσουν οι φασαρίες, everybody used to live together in the village. Turkish Cypriot, Greek Cypriot, and the other Cypriots. We all lived together in the village. It was a good life. Everybody lived in peace with love and respect.
Evet öyleydi gadinu. Fasariyalardan evvel Türk'ü Urum'u hep beraber bu köyde birlikte yaşardık. İşlerimizi yapar, günlük hayatımıza devam eder, akşamları kahvede toplanır, tantanamızı da yapardık.
Evet.
Yani anlayacağınız, yani herkesin arasında sevgi, saygı vardı. We had love and respect amongst everyone.
Bravo. And people used to get together. The way they got together was in the villages, in the fields, στα χωράφια, στα περβόλια, στους καφενέδες, you know, and the well. They would go to the well to get the water. Everybody would get together. There was gossiping, there was arguments, pasarias, you know, little jealousies, things like that. But what I'm trying to say to you is το χωρκό μας ήταν έναν κανονικό χωρκό.
Bravo. Köyümüz normal bir köydü.
Evet.
İnsanlar kahvelerde, tarlalarda, bahçelerde, bir de köy kuyusunda toplanırlardı su alsınlar diye. Gençler birbirine uğraşta aşık olurdu. Bazılarını kıskançlık basar, kimileri de dedikodu çıkarır, ortalığı karıştırırlardı. Yani anlayacağınız köyümüz normal bir köydü yahu. Gadinu'nun da söylediği gibi, do horgon masidan enan kanoniko horgon.
Exactly.
Vaso. Emine zet sivriχτός εσούν.
Ακούω.
We are talking about our village, ma. Πέμας για το χορκό σου και σούνι να ακούσουμε και
We want to hear about your village as well.
Ναι, το χωρικό μου, ξέρεις, είπα σου ότι είμαι που το Σιχαρίνι, άλλη φορά θυμάσαι, είμαι που το Σιχαρίνι και να σου πω, ας θυμούμε και εγώ, ας θυμούμε στα παλιά τα χρόνια, που ήμουν μητσής, ας θυμούμε που μπαίναμε μέσα στα λεωφορεία και πιέναμε όλοι μαζί, πιάναμε και τους Τουρκοκύπριους, που τις Χαμίδμαντρες, we were traveling to Nicosia, you know, with the same bus, and we get in the Turkish from the village, and we were going to Nicosia to, you know, to go to school and to work on this kind of thing. Yeah. Later on, θυμούμαι που μεγάλωσα λίγο, έπιαζε δουλειά και δούλευκα στο θέατρο. Ναι, στην Κακουράτου, ναι, στην Nicosia Theater, you know, και ας θυμούμαι, είχα φίλε μου εκεί, we have two guys, Turkish guys. One, it was called, me remember, είπα σου την ιστορία, Aydin, ναι, it was called Aydin.
Hamit köylü Aydın.
Ναι, ήταν πολλά καλά παιδιά, αλλά εγώ εφώναζα τον Audi, όπως τα αυτοκίνητα. Έτσι είναι το όνομα του, και εφώναζα τον Audi όπως το car. I was calling him Audi, like a car, to remember his name. Καλό, ναι. Και θυμούμε, ναι.
Tundon Aydın, this Aydın, did you meet him afterwards? I mean, did you come across him?
Μεγάλη ιστορία.
Μεγάλη ιστορία. Παναγία μου, επεράσαν, φίλε μου, έγινηκε το 1974, έγινηκε ο πόλεμος. Πριν τον πόλεμο, που ήταν το coup, you know, the coup in Nicosia, you know, είπαμε καληνύχτα και να σε δω αύριο. Έφυγε εκείνος, πήγε στη μια μερικά και εγώ πήγε στην άλλη. Επεράσα, φίλε μου, 30 χρόνια να το δω.
You saw him after 30 years.
After 30 years, Paylak. Ναι, έγινε και ο πόλεμος. Εγώ πήγα στον πόλεμο, στο Πενταδάκτυλο, I fought, you know, with other soldiers, all this kind of thing. We finished, and then I managed to get the permission to leave, you know, because we want to go to Europe to work and collect money for refugees. You know what I mean? It was September 1974. So we left, and I went to Europe with a bus, you know, Leoforio bus, and then I went to London, and one day, I stayed in London. One day, I was going to this place in the restaurant, let me remember, the restaurant is called, the restaurant is to Walthamabi, it was called All Greek Taverna, στο Walthamabi. Μπήκα μέσα, έξερα τον διοκτήτη, I know the manager, you know, I went in and I sat down and we talked in English, and this guy in the corner, he heard me, and he came up to me and says, "Excuse me, sir." I said, "What?" He says to me, "I know you. You are Vasilis?" I say, "Call it Vasilis." Yeah. I say, "Yeah, Vasilis. Do you know me?" He says to me, "Yes, I know you. Are you an actor?" I say, "Yes, I'm an actor." He says to me, "Were you an actor in Cyprus?" I say, "Yes, I was an actor in Cyprus." He says to me, "Do you remember before the war in 1974? You were working with the two Turkish guys?" I say, "Yes." He says to me, "One of them was called Aydin." I say, Aydin, Audi. He says to me, "Audi, yeah, I remember." I say to him, "Do you know Audi?" "Of course I do. It's me, Audi." I say, "No, you can't be Audi."
He recognized you from your voice after all these years.
Yeah, μες στο ράδιο. Κάθε μέρα. Και κατάλαβε τη φωνή μου, είτε και αλλή μου, τέλος πάντων. Anyway, αγκαλιαστήκαμε, νεφληθήκαμε, we cuddle each other and all this kind of thing, and I left. And he says to me, "This is my card, come to the wedding." He says to me, his son, ο γιος του, ναι, παντρεύκεται ο γιος του, παντρεύκεται μια Ελληνίδα. Turkish guy with a Greek girl. Πήγα στο γάμο, λέω να πάω, πήγα στο γάμο, τέλος πάντων. Πήγαμε στο γάμο, ήρθε τούτος, σηκώτη να του κάνουμε speech, when they make a speech, you know, came up and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am very happy to tell you, among you tonight, I have a friend, a very good friend, which I haven't seen for many years. His name is Vasilis." And I go, "That's it." And he came up to me when he finished and he says to me, "Vasilis?" I say, yes. He says to me, this is the £1 you gave me before the war. Να, έδωσε μου μια λίρα.
Μια λίρα.
Ναι.
Bayani,
Ναι.
74'ten evvel verdiydin gene 1 lira borç. Unutmadın da geri yine verdiysen.
Όχι, πήρε λίρα. Για μια πήρε μια λίρα, ναι.
£1 after so many years. He should have given you a 10 or 20 pound note.
Όλε ρε, δεν το σκέφτηκα τούτο ρε.
Μια λίρα έμεινε, μια λίρα έμεινε τόσα χρόνια.
Όλε δεν το σκέφτηκα. Μπορεί να πάω να τον εύρω. I'm going to ask him for
Interest.
Interest. I'm going to ask him for interest.
I think you must go and find this Artun because I want to know this person.
Yeah, he lives in Karpasi. You know Karpasi?
Okay.
He lives in Karpasi now.
Now that the
Είπα σου να την ιστορία.
Now that the checkpoints are open, you must go and find him because I want to know. Maybe I get the 20 pounds.
I'm going to tell him. I'm going to go and find him. Yes, yes. Yeah.
That was a lovely story.
Lovely story. Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't it, Barish? Barish, are you okay?
Sorry, Rini. I just got a bit confused.
Confused about what?
Trying to think of stuff. For years and years, all I was ever taught was that Greeks were monsters and evil, right? And all they wanted to do was kill us. Now I'm listening to these stories, Uncle Vasos stories, my granddad's, Gadinu stories, and it's just making me doubt everything I was taught.
I completely understand, Barish. You know, we were taught the same things. We were taught that the Turks were our enemies, and we were taught horror stories. But it wasn't until I'd gone to America to study that my perspective actually changed. But it's still really hard to believe that Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots managed to live in friendship, of all things.
You know what I mean? And we need to try and learn more about the truth before the division happened, and learn how they used to get on. Let's just see what we can find out.
I remember when you first came here in 2003 and you were talking about your village and you mentioned your dog. I remember the name Azure.
Ναι, my dog Azure, ναι,
And
ναι.
when you mention Azure, you get very emotional and you nearly cried. So you told me that you were going to tell me the story later. So δεν μας την ιστορία, μεράγεται.
Ναι, είναι μεγάλη ιστορία. It's a big story, αλλά να σου πω, να σου πω την ιστορία, διότι I always remember my dog Azure, always, and I get so emotional. Anyway, ήμουν μητσής, ξέρεις, when I was a young boy, I was about 8, 9, something like that. I always was asking my mother to get me a pet, you know, and she Louis, a dog, or a cat or whatever. One day she came up and says to me, Vasilis, I have a good news for you. I said, what? She says to me, come. And I went, and I've seen the little doggy there. And when I look at him, oh my God, it was a beautiful dog with a very beautiful blue eyes, like the sky. You know what I mean? Like the Persian
Stone. Yeah.
Blue, light, beautiful. You know what I mean? So I thought, I call him Azure. Και ονόμασα τον Azure. Ναι. Oh my God, it was beautiful. I had my best time in my life. Έπιανα τον Azure. Every morning, I was going to school in the morning. Azure was coming out and it was έσβεσαν την ουρούν του. He says hello to me. Πήγαινα σχολείο, έρχομουν, ο Azure there, waiting for me. But είχε έναν ψηλόπελο χουρκανό μας, it was his villager, you know, in our village, with a motorbike. Right? Oh my God, όλη μέρα, every time was up. Το σπίτι μας ήταν τέλεια κοντά στη στράτα. My house, you know, our house, you know. Every time he was going up and down with a motorbike. And my Azure, he was coming out to say hello to him. Εγάπηζε του, ξέρεις, να του πει hello. Αλλά ήταν άγριος τούτος, he was a very bad guy. Anyway, one day, my Azure came out to say hello, he went up and down and up again. Και κλώτσισε το σιλούρ μου, μάνα μου, έριξε το χαμένο, πια το κλάμανε, I was crying all this, my mother said,
Μα ναι πέτσι μάτα μου διάω, που τύπενει κιόρου, είναι τελειά στραώσο, ακατάουνο το.
Σιλόπελος μου, να μου σκοτώσει ο σιλούι, anyway, δηλαδή μου η μάνα μου τον κορεί, it's okay, it's gonna be fine, πιάμε τον γράμμα το μέσα, took him inside, πέρασε του. Αλλά ο μαυροέρημος τσίνος, πώς τον Μάρκο, είπα στην ιστορία, πάλι το ίδιο. Up and down on Sunday afternoon. Oh my God. Ήρθε έξω ο σύλλος μου, να του πει hello again και πάει πάνω. Έκανε και χάζιν τούτος. He was making, you know, he was playing, you know what I mean?
Teasing.
Ναι, up and down, ναι, έκανε το cheese. Ναι, up and down. Σε μία φάση έφυγε έξω ο Αζούρ μου, διά του μια με τη μοτόρα, he hit him, and he killed him.
Killed him.
Μαράζωσα, έπια το κλάβα, κλαία, πήγε το σύλλο μου, μάνα, εγώ να ξέρεις, μάνα μου ήρθε, κόλλε, she came out, says to me, don't worry, μου εντάξει, να σγουράσω άλλο, λέω, μα δεν είναι. I assure, I love him so much, you know what I mean? It was, you know, the very big friendship we had. I mean, it was like a human being.
What did you do?
Έπια το κλάμα, λέω ότι πάνω μου, I want to bury him, proper, you know, I want to make a κηδεία, you know what I mean? Proper funeral. Yeah. Anyway, πήγαμε μέσα, πίσω, ήβραμε ένα φτιάρι, a shovel, and we start digging the hole, we make a big enough hole, and I got his favorite blanket, blue, like his eyes. And matching together, and we put him in his grave, and we put the soil over his grave. Η μάνα μου λέει μου, γεια μου, περίμενε. And she went out, and she get a piece of wood, okay? And she make a cross, and she put a cross over Azur's grave. Ψάχναμε τον γεια. Εντάξει. Με πιάνει γιατί είμαι πολλά, αγαπούσα πολλά. I love my dog so much and I was a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a very sad story, Ravasu. When you went back to the village, did you manage to find your dog's grave?
Άλλη ιστορία του, φίλε μου. I went back to the village when the barricades opened. You know, I said to my mother, I was in London. I went to Cyprus and I said to my mother, Mom, let's go and see our village, our house. He says to me, στην αρχή δεν ήθελε να πάει. She didn't want to go. And I said, κάνατε μα να πάμε, πιάμε τον αρθό μου και πήγαμε να δούμε το σπίτι. Πήγαμε φίλε μου, we went to the village, ξέρεις, το σπίτι μας, our house is in a road, you know, next to the street. So, when I was there, my friend, Hasan, I was there, and I've seen, when I was a kid, I remember everything, okay? And I was so surprised to see the gates painted the same color after 30 years, green color, after 30 years. Oh my God, but it was, Ayosan, πώς το λέμε? Rusty, it was rusty. Anyway, λέει η μάνα μου, she started crying all this kind of thing. And it was this man, and I said to him, excuse me, sir, I say, this is my mother, and this is my brother, and this is our house. We want to go and see the house. Just to me, wait a second. Yeah, I say, okay, so, περίμενα, I wait a few seconds, and he went in, they came out, just to me, sorry, sir, you can't go in. Η μάνα μου δεν ξέρει αγγλικά, αλλά κατάλαβε που το ξέρει, sorry, sir. You can't go in, κατάλαβε. Μάτε γε μου, πάμε, let's go home and forget it. I said, Mom, wait. And I said to my brother, okay, we go in the garden, because I wanted to see my dog's grave. Anyway, I went to the garden, and the only thing I can see, it was full of rubbish. Τενεκέδες, ψυγείες σπασμένα, χόρτα, you know what I mean. Very bad garden, full of rubbish. And the only thing I can see, it was the top of the tree, olive tree, η ελιά. και που κάτω από την ελιά εδάψαμε το κέντρο. Και βλέπω έναν άντρα έρχεται έξω, μου λέει, συγγνώμη, excuse me στα αγγλικά, excuse me sir, you looking for something? I say yes, this is our house, is our garden, you know, and we haven't been here for 30 years and we came to see my dog's grave. But, you know, says he come to his, don't worry sir, don't worry. One day things will get better. I say thank you, merci, chop, and I left.
That man was a very good man, Vaso.
Yes.
So did he do anything about it?
Anyway, what I did, πήγα στο Λονδίνο, πήγα πίσω και στράφηκα πίσω στην Κύπρο ύστερα από έναν χρόνο. By the way, fortunately my father died and he didn't manage, he didn't get a chance to go and see his village or his house. Πέθανε και θάψαμε τον που υπέρει. In a green light, just when he woke up in the morning to see his house. Anyway.
That's what happened to a lot of people. A lot of people passed away. They couldn't see their places. They couldn't see their villages. Some of them didn't even want to go and see their places because they couldn't cope with it.
Anyway, I tell the story, to finish the story. I went back to the village. My mother didn't want to go. She says to me, no, tell her about it. I don't want to know. Anyway, I said to my brother, let's go and see the village and see if I can. And I went with my brother. So what's happened? We just went to the village, straight in the garden. I didn't want to go to the house and I didn't bother. Anyway, we went to the garden. Everything was nice and clear. Nice and clear. You can see the tree, the olive tree. And believe it or not, I can see the wooden cross under the tree. And this man came out again, the same man, in a year's time. He says to me, hello, sir. I say, hello. He says to me, are you okay? I say, yes, what's happened here? He says to me, when you left last year, I called all my friends and we cleared the garden. So when you come back, to find your dog's grave.
Yes.
Bravo to us. He was a very good man. You know, he told you the truth.
Yeah.
One day
things will get better. And he says to me, this is what's happened. If we were all together, and no many, you know, we can have better days in our country.
Bravo.
Hello? Wow. Anyway.
What a sad story. So sorry, Uncle Russell, about your dog. But what really gets to me is your dad. He never got the chance to see his village again. I mean, it just shows that it wasn't that simple. People leaving south, going to north, north to south. It's not that simple. People actually left behind so many friendships, belongings and memories.
Does it do?
Sorry about it.
Enrico?
I don't think so.
Sorry.
Artık ben söylediğinde hiç gelmeyecek.
How many times I told you to stop ringing me, huh? I go where I want and I do what I want. How many times? They're good people. Like us. Don't worry, I'll be all right. I'll ring you later.
People even.
Yes, sir, Enrico.
Mr. Hasan, I'm sorry about that. I came to see my house. And I was hoping the people this time they would let me see it, and I was hoping maybe you could help me. My father is very confused. He says we're born enemies, but I believe these things are taught. He's very confused. He understand. And I was confused as well once when I was young, obviously.
Don't worry, Enrico. I'm sure that Uncle Hasan can find a solution for you to visit your house. Can you not, Uncle Hasan?
Of course it is. Yadioi. Enrico, Carlos, what is it? I remember when you first came to the village, you said you will never come back again. You were so furious. I remember.
Please. Please, Uncle Hasan, don't remind me.
Hello, Enrico. I'm Barish, by the way. Nice to meet you.
I remember you, I remember you. Oh, Vasilis.
Εντάξει, ρε Αντρικό.
Gadinou.
Έλα ρε Βάσο, έλα. Κάτσε.
Mr. Hasan, please don't remind me about last time, please. I was a different man then. I've completely changed. I went to London and that's where I live now, and I've made a lot of Turkish Cypriots through friends of mine. And I've come to realize the reality between our people.
It's similar to my experience, Enrico, you know. It's not until I'd gone to America to study that I'd made Turkish Cypriot friends and my perspective changed. You know, I realized we're all just Cypriots.
Yes, that's right. Cypriots in London do a lot of common activities. I joined this bicommunal festival, Cypriot festival, where I met a lot of Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots. And I realized there's a lot of similarities between us.
Of course.
I've come to realize the truth about our island. It's not what they teach us at school or what you hear from our parents as we're growing up.
Unfortunately.
Dede, konuşalım. Enrico'nun evdekiler arada. Belki bu sene bırakırlar gelmeyi. Let's have a word with them. Maybe they would allow to see his house this time.
Konuşalım dedim, konuşalım. Zaten geçen defadan sonra ben konuştum genelde. Değişti onlar da ya, eskisi gibi değiller. Enrico, nadus ksana milisu, mencinus putos pidisu. Cencecini plazmada. Να ούμενοι να μπορούν να ακούσει. Τώρα να πέψω τον άγκονα μου να πάω να μιλήσει.
Thank you, thank you.
You go and talk to them, tell them that Enrico is here and see what they say. I'm sure they'll be alright.
Mr. Hasan.
Enrico, I just sent my grandson to go and talk to them. And don't worry. Zaten ben bunlara konuştuydum çoktan da pişmanıdılar hoş koymadılardı Enrico'yu eve. Μετανόσαν το πως σε βάλανε τότε. Τώρα είναι να σε καλωσορίσω με φάση.
Thank you, Mr. Hasan. People think I'm a racist, that I hate Turks. Maybe I was biased when I was young, but now I've grown up and I've seen the real truth. It's, you know, I've completely changed my outlook on life and the reality of our thing. I believe that we should live together in harmony.
A lot of people is like you, Enrico. Once they leave...
I'm going to ring my father and tell him the good news that you're going to help me.
A lot of people, they change when they see the reality.
Mr. Hasan said he's waiting for you to come and see him.
Έλα ρε, δάσκαλε, έλα και σου στο χωργό να σε ούμε.
Ήταν καλή φίλη.
Dede.
Konuştum. Tamamdır dediler. Hepsi Enrico'yu bekler. Gitsin evini görsün.
You hear Enrico? They say they are waiting for you.
Παπά, να πάω το σπίτι μας, να σε πιάω πίσω από ύστερα. Γεια σας. Ευχαριστώ.
Να πάει. Next time when you come,
να σας δω πίσω.
next time when you come, make sure you bring δάσκαλο as well.
Ευχαριστώ, να το φέρω, μακάρι να έρθει να το δει σπίτι. Γεια σας.
Με τον νου σου.
Γεια σας, bye bye.
Γεια σου, Ανδρίκο.
Γεια. Τι είσαι
Τον χάρη και πολλά. Χάρη και ρε.
Να πάει να δει το σπίτι.
Έφυγε.
Thank you, ρε.
Φεύγει ο ένας, έρχεται ο άλλος. Gel be. Gel. Maşallah yeyini hoş geldin. Gel da hepsimiz de buraya giymez tonulli de hamea. We are all here.
Hoş geldin Süleyman Bey, nasılsın?
Hoş bulduk kardeş. Gel ne yapma, iyisin.
İyiyim.
Ama soruyorsa da organik. Yemeğim o Süleyman'ız.
O anipşoz mu Süleyman'ız?
Ne?
Alo? Manda. Ne bir ton kampos simara. Hayır, boyun ovalara doğru gitmedin.
Yeğen yapma ya. Hep yazıyorum, hep Fransa, bir aston gamboncun morali sonra. Geldim ya ben de sesleneyim köylülerime.
İyi yaptın ya.
İşte ona kadar soruyorsa da sorgamız bu.
Καλά έκαμες Σουλεμάνι μου. Άλλο, εγώ είμαι η Κατινού.
Hoş
Mi
geldin
Gadinu,
yavrum,
I'm
hoş
Gadinu, and this is my granddaughter
Hoş geldin
Irini.
kızım.
Merhaba, memnun oldum.
Ben de kızım.
Nice to meet you.
Bana söyleseniz kızım.
Is Vaso.
Merhaba Süleyman'ı.
Nasıl?
Hoş geldin. You alright? Είσαι καλά? Είσαι
Çok
καλά?
iyi be, çok iyi. İyiyim be. Nasıl iyiyim.
Thank you.
Gördün?
Yani bir şey, iyi ettin de geldin, hayırımız bulla kala girdiniz. Bilin, biz de konuşuruz eskilerden, köylerde, şöylerde nasıl giderdi hayat. Ya, şimdi anlamıyorum bu da banya. We are talking about the old days. It's nice that we see you as well.
Ya oturayım ben de biraz ya.
Otur, otur.
Yani Oster'de bastın güvende. Tam da üstüne geldim yani. Bakın size ben de bir şey anlatayım. Geçen hafta Aytoptora'ya gittik. İskele Aytoptora'sına. Yeğenim dedi bana, gel sen de gidelim, görelim eski köyümüzü. Bulursak evimizi, bir kez de tanıdık bulursak. Allah içimden geçmezdi gidelim ama dedim hadi. Gittik. Ne vakit köye girdik, mahallesini gördü, evlerini buldu. Ağlamaya başladı. Çok ağrına gitti. Ondan sonra geldiği Katerina teyze de gördü kendini. Tanıdı kendini. Başladı sorsun annesini, babasını, kardeşlerini. Sarıldı üstüne de ikisi de ağlamaya başladı. Ben de kaldım o başta öyle. Ama kardım. Ne yapacağımı bilemezdim yavrum. Bak yahu dedim. Yahu dedim kâhule. İnsanlarımız ne hallere geldi ne? Mahallere duda.
Είναι κατάλαβα λέξη. I didn't understand what. Μα ναι, sorry, τι.
Έβασο, ούλον Τουρκικά που συνδυάνει και σου είναι μα εύκολο εξής Τουρκικά να καταλάβεις.
Pardon de kardeşim, pardon. Γιατί γεραλίδε, την περασμένη εβδομάδα πήγαμε στον Αϊθόρο. Ο Αϊθόρος της Σκάλας.
Καλά, ναι, ναι, ναι.
Ο ανιψιός λαλεί μου, έλα ρε για σου να πάμε. Να δούμε το παλιό το χορκό μας. Και αν έβριζαν και κανέναν που ξέρουμε. Να δούμε. Όσον και φτάσαμε στο χορκό, άσκεψε έναν κλάμανο ο ανιψιός. Κακοχάρηκε του πολλά. Που είδαν τον μαχαλάν του, που ήβραν το σπίτι του. Ύστερα ήρθαν και η θκιά η Κατερίνα. Και αρώνησαν. Και άσκεψαν και ρώταν για την μάραν του, για τον κύριν του, για τα έρκια του. Αγκαλιαστήκαν και άσκεψαν και κλαίαν και κιόλας. Όσον γύρω τους έτσι, δεν ήξερα ήταν μόνο να κάνω. Έμεινα και έτσι και χώρο τους. Αλλά, ρε άμα, χάλια τούτα. Χάλια τούτα. Μου φτάσαν τα πλάσματα μας.
Μάνα μου ρε Σουλεμάνη, σωστά που λαλείς. You know, εν χάγια τούτα. Σωστά που λαλείς. Μάνα μου ρε Σουλεμάνη. You know, πρέπει κάτι να γίνει και πρέπει να σκεφτούμε και εμείς και τον κόσμο μας and I curse the people that did this to our country, you know? I curse the people that did this to our country. Την κατάρα μου να ούσε.
Κάμα μας χάλια κύριε Σουλημάνη μου, γιατί ανακατώσα μας, they split us up. Κάμα μας, χωρίσα μας.
Το Ρούσο Ελεγβάσο, τα άρματα είναι τηλεβίζη. Ayırdılar bizi koyunlar gibi mantra. Πολλά σωστά λαλείς. Çok doğru söylüyorsun. Πολλά σωστά λαλείς βάσου. Εξανίσαν μας. Εχωρίσαν μας χώργα, σαν τα κουπάς.
Μάλιστα. Ναι.
Ayırdılar bizi Süleyman'ım, ayırdılar ama yalnız vücutlarımızı ayırabildiler. Kalplerimizi ayıramadılar. They can only keep apart our bodies. They cannot stop our hearts beating together. Ρεβάσο, εχωρίσαν μας αμά. Μόνον τα κορμιά μας εχωρίσαν. Τις καρδιές μας δεν τις εχωρίσαν και να μην το καταφέρουν ποτέ. We will always get stronger together.
Πολλά καλά, πολλά σωστά τα λες.
Zaten Hasan'ı. Ben o Aytoptora'daki o Katerina teyzeyi görünce o şu kucaklaştılar, yeğenimle dağılamaya başladılar. O vakit aklım ne kadarcık da varsa tersine döndü vallahi.
Döner ya dönmez.
Daha vakit anladım da dedim, ben aynı insanım. Bir farkımız yoktur. Yani bir farkınız yoktur ya. Ve şimdi daha iyi anlarım. Bu Kıbrıs bütünüyle hepsimizindir. Yani bu ayrılık gayrılık nedendir? Dedim kendime. Yazıcı Ali de.
Ne?
Diyorum bu yaşın din İskandin gaderiyle. Can gallastin ne donar bir şey mücadele anlatıyoruz. Nasıl o? Şimdi diyorum on yaloz mu? O sonuçta hocam beni ho. İyi sanatçı nostro.
Evet.
Şimdi diyorum kazala başlar lo. Ramma. Yine da iyi bir plazmada. Ne hocam ne diye falan. Çetin donissi olosos torendus urlusmas. İndan montudo sohorismosio.
Πολλά καλά τα είπατε, και Σουλεϊμάνη. We are all people of the same land.
Yaşa be Süleyman dayı. Vallahi yaşa. Ben de eskiden senin gibi düşünürdüm. Ama ne zaman kapılar açıldı da birbirimizi görmeye başladık, tanıdık, benim de gözlerim açıldı. Once the checkpoints opened and we started mixing with each other, I also changed my perspective.
And dorabo anixan tu des estrades, cesmiumen, eola lo irte fostan makya mübarışın. Şimdi hani açıldı kapılar, da karışırık bu insanlarla, giderik, gelinler. Ben kendim için derim, açıldı gözlerim be barışçık, açıldı gözlerim. Hadi yiyin.
Ne oldu?
Ben gideceğim çıkarayım keçileri biraz dışarı.
Otur biraz daha.
Biraz daha ama da zaman da geçti, vakit geçti be. Da sağacağım daha.
Sağacağım da.
Suyu da azaldı, koyarız şimdi biraz küp yolu yapalım, yapacak tarlayı. Hadi. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eo bao. Na baos teseyes. Na desim ki alo ena yiron camestin mandran. Cennet hep sojulas. Elviaren do galandoa, jovalmen do mesto bihari llegaron oxino. Con na gaumen do drahanan.
Αρέσκει μου.
Ναι. Την άλλη φορά που να έρθετε, να είναι δημοσιοτραχανάς. Και να κάνω τεμπίσιν της χαμούμης σας που τα τώρα να χωρίσει και εσάς το πάεις. Έχετε για και να πάτε στο καλό. You must have noticed, playing the character of a shepherd, I have no English lines in this play. I was always curious if a shepherd could speak English. He came to my dreams last night, and I asked him if he could speak English. It depends, he said. He held his chin and continued. Say, if a policeman is asking me the question, I would straight away say, me no speak English, sir. Knowing nothing, you get away from troubles. You don't know, you never know what happens. Anyway, never mind. Now, I'm in a hurry to go to my herd, my goats. Milk them and do savar yoğurt for drahana, tarhana. You don't know what drahana is? We mix savar yoğurt and crushed wheat and boil till savar yoğurt is absorbed by the wheat. And then we cut it to pieces and we dry drahana under the sunshine. Then we save it for the winter. It will do a delicious soup. I promised to bring some for them too. You know, you've seen them. They are good people, man. Hadi. Eşhedüyen. Eyvallah.
Άντε. Στο καλό, άντε.
Στο καλό Süleyman, στο καλό.
Güle güle, güle güle.
Vallahi küp yoğurdu da tarhana da burnumuzda tüttü ha. We are looking forward to the bitter yogurt and the tarana. O taranas tu Süleymaniye'nin brodon braman ha. Bu Süleyman dayının taranası da 1. sınıftır be dedem.
Bak ne güzel, bak ne güzel. Sonunda Süleyman dayı bile mutlu. Mutlu mesut. Finally, Süleyman dayı is even happy.
That's good.
It's nice to see everyone so happy. I can't even imagine what it was like to be separated from your loved ones for all those years.
Ah, yeah.
It was very hard, Gadinu. Very, very hard to be separated from your loved ones, especially the ones that you fall in love.
Madine de yaya, what's happened to you two?
Hayırdır dede ne oldunuz? Ne oldu ama derinlere daldın?
There is nothing dedem. I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I've gone to the past, the good old days. Να τους το πούμε Gadinu. Shall we tell the story Gadinu?
Ma, tell us what?
What's going on? Vallahi meraktan çatlayıyorum ben de.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you, dedem. Let me tell you, Irini. Let me talk to you about the love story of Hasan and Gadinu. Πότε να ξεκινήσω Gadinu μου?
Ξεκίνα και πέτους το και να ακούσει ούλος ο κόσμος και να ακούσουμε και τα παιδιά μας. Πέτους το. Tell them from the beginning.
Uzun yıllar bekledim, hakikat oldu rüya. Uzun yıllar bekledim, hakikat oldu rüya. Koklamaya kıyamam benim güzel Manolya. Koklamaya kıyamam benim güzel Manolya. Nazlı çiçeğimsin sen, sevdana dayanamam. Koklamaya kıyamam benim güzel Manolyam. Benim güzel Manolyam.
Bravo Hasanin. Bravo. Μπράβο και πολλά ωραία το είπες. Αλλά do you remember the song that we used to sing together? Huh?
In the song, which one?
Δώιασε μη στην πόρτα σου, ιάσε μη μου. Δώιασε μη στην πόρτα σου, ιάσε μη μου. Τσίρτα να το κλαδέψω, η αυρή μου. Και νόμιζεν η μάνα σου, ιάσε μη μου. Και νόμιζεν η μάνα σου, ιάσε μη μου. Πώς ήρθα να σε κλέψω, η αυρή μου.
Μπράβο, μπράβο. Gadinu μου, ήσουν η πρώτη μου η αγάπη. You were my first love.
I know.
Sen benim ilk aşkımdın.
And you Hasan, you were my first love too. You were.
Ullon do horgone helen naini du didulya. Everyone was looking forward to our wedding. We were ready for the big day. But bütün köy hazırdı. Ullon do horgone idare edin.
Ναι. Ώσπου και ευκαιρνει ο παπά Γεράσιμος και είπε το μεγάλον όχι. This wedding is not happening. Papa Gerasimos, the priest, he said no. This wedding is not happening, and he stopped the wedding, he put a stop to it.
Gadinu, bu popaz, He said a Christian can never get married to a Muslim, he declared. And he put pressure on the families. Baskı yaptı ailelere, her şeyi allem gallem etti. Hori sanmaz medo zori.
Hori sanmaz, exactly. And then it didn't end there though, did it? It didn't end there. Our love story didn't end. No.
How can it end there?
Well, it didn't end. Because what did we do, Hasan? What did we do? One midnight, we loaded the mule and we took our things and we ran away to the mountains and we hid in the caves.
Evet. Bir gece yarısı yükledik bohçalarımızı katırın üstüne, kaçtık çıktık dağlara. Kaldık bu mağaraların içinde. We lived about a month in this cave together.
What happened was the police, αστυνομία, they were looking for us.
Yes.
They sent the police out to find us. And it took 3 months for them to find us. And eventually they did, and they took Hasan to prison. He was in prison for so long. How many months? 2 or 3 months he was in prison. And me, εκλειδώσαμε μες στο σπίτι, and that was it.
My yaya, they locked you up in your own home. This is unbelievable. Barish, did you know that your granddad was in prison for 3 months?
First time I'm hearing the story.
Evet dedeciğim. Beni 3 ay mapısa soktular. Kadın'ın nenenizi de eve kilitlediler. Ta çıkayım mapıstan, Kadın'ın neneniz köyden kaçtı. Ondan sonra bütün ulumlar kaçtı. Bir daha görüşemedik. After I came out from prison, Kadinu, I looked for you. But no one knew where you were. Everybody was scared to talk. I don't know what happened to everyone. Then, Vasilis, you know, the troubles broke out. All the Greek Cypriots went from the village, and we, the Turkish Cypriots, were not allowed to go outside the village. So we never managed to see each other again until 2003, when the checkpoints opened and you came through this door.
It's true.
Μεγάλη ιστορία, γιαγιά. Πάρα πολλά συγκινητική. I mean, what an emotional story.
Vay be dede. Gerçekten duygulandım ben daha. So sad what happened to both of you.
Ama yalnız bizi ayırdılar be dede. Bu baba Erasimolar çoğaldı. Herkesi ayırırlar, bölerler ve hoşlarına gider. All these Baba Gerasimos everywhere. They divide people and they benefit from it.
Exactly.
It's their joy to divide people and keep them apart. So, μόνο εμάς χωρίσανε, χωρίσαν ούλον τον κόσμο.
Ναι, ούλον τον κόσμο χωρίσαν. And do you remember, Hasan, what we thought and what we promised we were going to do? We said we were going to have children. Remember? Lots of children.
Of course. We promised that we were going to have a good wedding, lots of kids, lovely kids, and we even thought about their names in those days.
We even had their names.
So what did we say if it was a boy?
You said Barish.
Yes.
Yeah.
We said if it was a boy, we're going to name him Barish. And here is Barish. And what did we say if it was a girl?
We said Irini. And there, I have Irini. You have Barish, and I have Irini.
So we promised to give these names to our children.
We gave it to our grandchildren.
Μα συγγνώμη, ένα λεπτό. Τα ονόματα μας ήταν αποφασισμένα πριν από τόσα χρόνια. You chose our names all those years ago.
Ama dede gerçekten bizim isimlerimizi o zamandan kodunuz.
Dedem, when we decided to get married, we promised we are going to give these names to our children. After so many years we never met, but we kept our promise. Estahigamın sorulu olmaz, sözümüzde durdu. Hem, do you know what your names mean?
I know what my name means. It means peace.
Really? Irini means peace in Greek as well.
Exactly. Both your names mean peace.
Yes. İrini barış demektir dedem. Ce barış simeni irini korimu. So here you are, you've got the same name. That's what we decided.
Ma ce isterendan bu Iginigen? I mean, what happened after they didn't want you to get married?
Emayenciden da devlisi güvendetsi efkola. Öyle istemezlerdi evlenelim ama biz vazgeçecek değildik ya.
That's why we ran away and we went to the mountains.
Yeah.
And we was living in the cave all that time until they arrested him.
Yeah.
Hasan.
So they separated us. If we managed to find each other then, but we couldn't manage because they separated the communities, they separated us, they separated the communities. We were not able to see each other again.
Exactly.
Hello? So,
νομίζω ότι εχωρίσαν μας, αλλά τα πράγματα, όπως λένε και οι πολιτικοί, ξέρεις, η πολιτική άμα του ρωτήσουμε, έρχονται μας, if we ask the politicians, they say, there is still hope. And if there is hope, we take the dream and we go and carry on. And if we work all together, if we manage to work all together, one day things will get better.
bazı şeyleri doğru söylen Vasu ama politikacıları bırak şimdi. Politikacılar sittim sene aynı şeyi söylerler. If we have elpida umudumuz varsa bir şeyler olacak. Şimdi en son söylediğin daha fazla hoşuma gitti. Biz beraber çalışırsak, biz beraber uğraşırsak politikacılara baskı yapacağız ve her şey daha güzel olacak. If we work together, regardless of the politicians, the people of Cyprus, if we work together, things will get better. That's what we should be doing. So let's carry on working together.
I hope things do get better, but the situation was so terrible, I don't understand it.
There's nothing to understand, Irini. It's war. It was designed especially to destroy people's lives.
Yeah, but for what reason? You know, what was even gained by this war?
Absolutely nothing but pain. For years, Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots, we lived on the same land. Right? We breathed the same air, we drank the same water, but we weren't allowed to freely travel, see each other or meet each other.
Yeah, but there must be some sort of explanation as to why all these people even had to suffer.
Irini, whatever explanation they give us, nothing will justify the suffering of all these innocent people. Looking back at the 60s and the 70s problems, I haven't found anything to benefit either side.
You're right, Barish. But you know what? Opening up the checkpoints has benefited all of us, you know? I got the chance to meet you and Uncle Hasan. I get to freely move and see parts of Cyprus I'd never actually seen before.
And you know what, Irini? We also learnt the truth about ourselves. We're not evil. We're not monsters. Right? We're just human beings. No matter what religion, what language. Right? We're all people of this land. We're all Cypriots.
You know what? I think we, the next few generations, need to come together and show each other that we can live in peace again.
Exactly. Antigadonu. Uncle Vaso, don't worry. Dede merak etmeyin. Her şey böyle kalmayacak. Things will change. It's not going to stay like this forever.
Με φάστε για Gadinu. Και μένεσαι έννοια και χασάνε. Πολλά καλά τα είπατε κύριε Βάσο. Things will get better. You're right, Barish. Things need to change.
Look, the friendship between your grandma and my granddad should be an inspiration to all Cypriots. Right? We should tell everyone these stories. We should remind them and show them. And you know what? If one day you have a Turkish man and a Greek man who wants to have a problem amongst themselves, let it be their problem. We don't have to get involved. It doesn't have to be a separate problem.
Η φιλία της γιαγιάς μου της Κατινούς και του θκιού μου του Χασάνη μεγάλο φως για μας τους νέους. I feel inspired. I want to take this light to the future generations. And you know what? You have a point, Barış. Just because there are individual incidents between the two communities, that doesn't mean that it needs to affect everybody else. Let those be dealt with by law and law alone.
Since the checkpoint's opened, so have my eyes. I've seen things and heard things that's given me hope. It showed me a new path. As a Cypriot, I see it as my duty to remind everyone, to tell them and share them these stories, and remind them that Cypriots used to live in peace once, and show them and teach them they're smart enough to do it again.
Εδώ σήμερα είδα την αλήθεια. Και ως που ζω, να αγωνιστώ και να μιλώ για την αλήθεια ως το τέλος. Barış, we need to find a way to bring our two communities closer together, and that starts with us.
Kıbrıs'ımız 2 adımlık bir yerdir. Bölünmeyecek kadar küçük ama hepimizin huzur ve barış içinde yaşayacağı kadar büyüktür. Cyprus is too small to be divided, but it's big enough for all of us to live in peace and harmony.
Η Κύπρος μας κι ο ασχελιές τόπος είναι πολλά μητσής για να μοιραστεί. Και αρκετά μεγάλος για όλους μας να ζήσουμε καλά, ειρηνικά, με χαρά. We should not let Cyprus stay divided. It is big enough for all of us to live together in harmony.
Πολλά καλά τα λαλείς, κόρη μου. Πάρα πολλά καλά τα λαλείς, κόρη μου. Τούτος ο τόπος εμπολά μητσής για να μοιραστείς τα δυο. Υπάρχει χώρος για όλους μας. Έλληνες, Τούρκους, Μαρονίτες, Αρμένιους, Λατίνους, for everybody. This place is very small to be divided. There is a space for every one of us. Turks, Greeks, Maronites, Latinos, Armenians, for everyone, for all of us.
Bravo gençler. Bravo. Hepimize umut verdiniz. Gelecek sizsiniz. You are the hope, you are the future. And it's people like you, young people like you, who is going to bring peace and good days to our island. Οι νέοι σαν εσάς, που να φέρουν τις καλές ημέρες στο νησί μας στην Κύπρο. Μπράβο. Gözlerimizi yaşarttınız. Δώσετε μας ελπίδα.
Μπράβο παιδιά, μπράβο παιδιά, μπράβο Παρίς, μπράβο Ειρήνη, μπράβο. Συγκινήσετε με, you make me so upset. I am now happy, I know that you the youth, you are the future, okay? Only peace can come from the young people of our island. Μπράβο παιδιά.
I have a surprise for you guys.
Do you?
Oh.
Ah.
I have an instrument to play and verses to describe you. Describe your severe injuries, they make me cry for you.
I wanna talk about your pain. My Cyprus, you're my pain. My little mother, my memories. How can you stand the blows? They wrecked you, my mother. My little sweet Aphrodite. They robbed you and they left you. They split you out of spite. They fooled your own world. They killed young and old. They took your best from you, all the goods from your soul. They wrecked you, my mother, my little sweet Aphrodite. They robbed you and they left you. They split you out of spite. They fooled your own world.
know. They took your best from you, all the goods from your soul. Gave it all to others, they left behind our mothers. Left abandoned children with fear in their hearts. We must fight all together and make friends forever. Let's all move ahead. Let's all share our bread. Let's all talk about peace. Let's all see what there is. Feel the joy of happiness, the solution to our mess. We must fight all together and make friends forever. Let's all move ahead. Let's all share our bread. Let's all talk about peace. Let's all see what there is. Feel the joy of happiness, the solution to our mess.
Let's throw away the guns.
Put flowers in our hands.
It has now been over 50 years since Cyprus was divided. The people of Cyprus have been carrying the pain and agony of returning to their homes, being able to move and live freely in their homeland, Cyprus. They keep dreaming of the day that Cyprus is going to be reunited. Over the years, a lot of refugees have now passed away. The younger generations of both communities were forcibly kept apart from each other for 30-odd years and still experience obstacles when they want to get together. People who remember the old days, when both communities lived together, worked together, and shared a common life, are becoming less and less. It is therefore extremely important to pass on the experience and share the common values Cypriots have. Let's not forget the common values of Turkish Cypriots, Greek Cypriots, and all the communities of Cyprus.
Γεια σου Μαγιάδο. Ιούλιο. Δεν ξέρω ήταν κράτο να πατώ στα βήματα σου. Όταν μονάχα σου ζητώ να βρεθώ στην αγκαλιά σου, να βρεθώ στην αγκαλιά σου. Απ' εσύ κρύο ουρανού, την καρδιά μου έχεις κλέψει. Για σένα γυψικούλα μου, στην αγάπη θα πιστέψει. Ένα τραγωδιό κόρεμα για όλους, παιδιά. Ένα μεγάλο θερμό χειροκρότημα για σας, που είστε μαζί μας απόψε. Η καρδιά μου έχεις κλέψει, για σένα η ψυχούλα μου, στην αγάπη θα πιστέψει. Για εσύ κρύο ουρανού, την καρδιά μου έχεις κλέψει. Για σένα η ψυχούλα μου, στην αγάπη θα πιστέψει. Στην αγάπη θα πιστέψει.
Συγχαρητήρια. Ένας και Μενιό. Καλησπέρα και πάλι. Είμαστε πολύ ευτυχείς που ήρθατε απόψε εδώ και καταφέραμε να περάσουμε αυτό το μήνυμα που θέλαμε, γιατί το είδαμε από την αντίδρασή σας. Θέλω να ευχαριστήσω, I want to say thank you, first of all these people here, they dedicate themselves to this project. The story started when me and this man here, Artun, 2 years ago, we had the first bi-communal festival here at this place, and we decided to do τσατιστά. Εφώναζα εγώ τσατιστά στα ελληνικά και τούτο στα τουρκικά. Λουρτζάδικα, ναι. Λοιπόν, and then we decided to write a play about the relationship of Cypriots. We used to live together in a very good days, and we had friendships and all this kind of thing. And then this was happened and all this, and I'm not going to repeat the story again.
So thank you very much for coming tonight, and thank you for bearing with us. Thank you very much.